Permith mode off when permith is enabled. Single player difficulty easy, balance and start game. Start.
Their profiles are heavily encrypted. No identifying information.
Ghosts in this system. That hurt you more than it hurt me.
Do us a favor and keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them. How's that?
Hold it. Give up while you still can.
Get this off me!
Did you catch them? Stand down! Huh?
They've got loads of DedSec gear down here. Now why do you suppose that is?
What? How did they get their hands on it?
I don't know. But someone wants to make it look like DedSec was here.
Shit. You need to proceed with extreme caution, Dalton.
Who are these men in black anyway?
Nothing identifying. I suspect that's by design.
Electrical is live. Repeat. Fireworks are live.
fuck me. The entire place is rigged to blow.
Jesus, those canisters. Bagley, is that...
RDX nitrogen, enough to level Parliament.
Can you locate a detonator, Bagley?
Not exactly, but there's a device streaming a fuckload of encrypted data from the floor above you.
Yeah, that fits the bill. On my way. Staged DedSec propaganda all around the bombs. These pricks are going to blow up Parliament and hang it on us.
Not if you get to that detonator first.
House of Commons. Whoever these men in black are, they've got brass bollocks to set up in the centre of government. I found the detonator. And it's definitely live. Bagley, I'm gonna need some help with this.
Yes, you are, but sadly I'm locked out.
Fuck. Well, we don't have a chance without Bagley.
Wait, I might know a workaround. We trained in manual overrides at MI5.
You're full of surprises. Be quick about it.
All right, Bagley, do your thing.
I'm in. And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may complicate matters.
Fuck's sake. Can you defuse them or not?
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize you, so fair warning.
Expect this to draw some attention your way, Dalton.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Company at our back door. Shit. Dalton, we've got some heat here at HQ.
How long is this going to take, Bagley?
Depends how often you interrupt me with questions.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out. It's about to get real.
Fuck. They're on me. I'll try and hold them off.
They gotta be somewhere. I'm sure they're still in the area.
Bagley, update.
Let's just say I'm both impressed and annoyed by how sophisticated this anti-tamper security is. Still working.
Bagley, tell me you're close.
I'm through security, now wading through terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Suspect shooting. Weapons jammed. Fucking hell!
Problem, Dalton. I need your physical appendages now.
What's wrong?
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
If this gets me blown up...
Bombs defused. See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
Bagley, you bastard. You nearly gave me a bloody heart attack then. Sabine, what's going on?
We're being raided. It's a bloodbath. Our protocol is to wipe everything, including Bagley.
I need him for the transmitter.
I know, but if they get him, they get everything. Names, ops, locations.
Okay, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe him.
Yes, wipe me.
Do it, Sabine, and get the hell out of there.
Fuck. Okay, Bagley's down. You're on your own. Dalton, this goes.
It won't. I'll see you at the rally point. I promise.
Good luck.
It's just me. Fuck! Everyone's down! Drop your gun! Have a search around there. We have a shooter! Ah! I need to assemble a team, but I can't reboot DedSec alone. Let me break into London CTOS and see who's available.
I'm Claire Waters, and we've been discussing the hacktivist, now alleged terrorist group, DedSec, on this week's Buccaneer Radio. I have Colin calling in. Colin, what's your take?
Now, I've been saying from the start we should have rounded up DedSec and thrown them in jail. Now, I'll say they should all be lined up and shot.
You don't find it awfully convenient that they've been fingered as the attackers, but we've seen no proof?
Look at Tone! Look at our city! What more proof do you need?
Well, Colin, I'd say you have to look at their history of non-violent action. Albion's put more civilians in the hospital in the past few months than DedSec ever has. I smell a scapegoat. Now I have Emily calling in. Emily, what's your take?
You're absolutely right, Claire. The government's just framing DedSec because they want to make it seem like they have this under control. They probably have no clue who was behind the bombings. But that doesn't look good on the news, does it? DedSec's been a thorn in their side. Who better to pin it on?
Angie, I have you next. What do you make of all this?
I think, if anything, DedSec showed their true colors. It's terrifying to think we harbored such a dangerous element for years. Terrorists in our own backyard.
Do you find DedSec more frightening than the different gangs in London like Clan Kelly?
Clan Kelly might set your shop on fire and maybe they'd kill you, but even they wouldn't try to blow up all of Parliament.
Next I have Crypto King. Do you feel safer using a pseudonym?
Everyone should. Why make it easier for them to track you? And now we've seen what they're capable of and how far they're willing to go.
Hold on. Do you mean the government? Are you suggesting the government was responsible for the bombings?
Oh, trust me, Claire. They didn't do it alone. They're all in on it. The government, Albion, Sirs, Bloom, Sky Bloody Larson, and all the way up to Downing Street. They want to keep us scared, harness us with mind control, suck every last ounce of usefulness out of us, and even in death they'll sell off our bodies.
And what do you suggest we do, Crypto King?
Go underground. Deep enough, no electric signal can get you. It's the only way.
Well, thank you to all of our callers today, and thank you for tuning in and scouting for the truth along with me. Next week, Buccaneer Radio will be done.
Situation is worse than I thought. But there's a candidate. Looks like you're DedSec's best hope.
Stacy's Amphier Fitness. Martin.
Glad to see you're alive. If you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you. I'll send you the coordinates to our last safe house. Meet me there.
Fine. police state! No mercenaries on our streets! You can't privatize human rights! No mercenaries on our streets! You can't privatize human rights! We don't want a police state! Don't outsource our safety!
The Bar. Objective voice of objection for a most objective.
Control to all units. Possible hostiles near your location.
Message received. Moving in. Over.
The suspect.
Control, this driver is causing fucking mayhem.
Pursuit. Over. Driving into the vehicle. Over. I'm in pursuit of the target.
Any other patrols have eyes on the suspect, over?
their tail. Over. Units fall back. Over.
You're all right. You're all right. No, please.
All units, proceed to alarm location. They can't be far. Find them. Drone, full sweep of the area.
All units, possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Target breached the checkpoint.
Control, we are pursuing the target.
Returning to an accident, stand by.
Pursuing the target. Over. Ready to ram the vehicle. Over.
In pursuit, I say again, in pursuit. Control, we are unsighted of suspect. Over.
I need proof of it.
Negative, suspect is gone. Issue an APW.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, honestly, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much, yeah?
Yeah, that was the Tuesday's play last night. It was fucking sick. Yes.
Yeah? No, I entirely...
Attention civilians. Disobeying a direct order from health personnel. Grounds for detainment.
survived a lot worse than this. Ugh.
World. Hello, Bugsters. Welcome to The Bug, the comedy show that holds up the Medusa of satire to the already immovably concrete face of modern Britain. I'm Andy, I bench 480, and I can crack a tree in half just by looking at it. Can I? Well, what is reality anymore? Anyway. Alice, what do you bench?
I bench body weights.
Right.
Well, not my body weight.
Okay.
The body weight of a baby.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to give that kind of detail. Just
It's very
body weight.
impressive. People look at me and go, where did you get that baby?
Yeah. You are listening to The Bug.
In this week's Truth News, according to an official poll, 98% of Londoners are very happy with CTOS. And I am not sure that I agree with this, Andy. I don't think 98% of Londoners have ever in the history of London ever agreed on anything. You could not get 98% of Londoners to agree that oxygen was better than breathing a fog of raw liquid feces. And they expect us to believe that everyone agrees CTOS is better than not choking on shit mist.
Maybe they just spent 98% of one specific Londoner.
I've downloaded a patch to your optics so you can access our security system. It's set up so that I can't just let someone who isn't DedSec in. You'll have to do the manual override.
I'm not thrilled about getting my hands dirty, but I suppose one does what one must.
One of Sabine's, are you? I'll see you downstairs later then.
In for a penny. A dank, pitch-black cellar. Just what I was hoping for.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
I'm with Sabine. Who the hell are you, and why do you sound like a mobile phone?
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload. We're talking about the optic and how it's changed our lives. Now, as you remember, Bloom announced a new version of the optic.
That's it. I'm reconnected to the network, downloading our database, news archives, and oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in...
Data.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload.
The Upload, opting out of Optic. Matt and Vicky discuss Bloom's Optic device. Is it a game?
London. Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
So, Bagley, if not DedSec, then who was behind the bombings?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton, well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call. Patching in some... Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that...
Tech upgrades. Tech.
Essential items in your DedSec kit.
Team R3.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
Shop outer. Third back circle button. Shop. First. Eight. 7. 4. Third cross button equip.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact. Not to mention...
Start with some basic strikes. Hit me. Don't be shy. You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. Yes! Nice one. Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance.
Gear in order? Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant. I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
We have some...
Photo booth, frame Macintosh, cross button take photo, L3 button advanced options, touchpad button open gallery, triangle button cycle operative, square button cycle mask, L1 BUTTON R1 button tilt, directional buttons pan, touchpad button reset scene, R3 button focus, triangle button randomize, circle button exit.
All right, Sabine, what's our plan?
Make no mistake, London is under occupation. Armed mercenaries patrol our streets, allegedly to keep people safe, but really they're keeping the people scared.
And all our cowering just makes us easier to step on. Albion needs this terror. It's how they consolidate their power.
So, we have to ignite the will to resist in the people of London by showing them that Albion aren't the solution. They're the problem.
For that, we'll need information. I'm pushing 2 sets of coordinates to your optic.
Cheers, Bagley. I've identified 2 opportunities. 1, we're going to disrupt some Albion propaganda. Remind the people it's not Albion's way or the highway. 2, we need intel about Albion operations if we want to throw a spanner in their plans. You game?
How could I say no to you?
Brilliant. Let's get the people of London on board.
Get this muck out of my ears.
Something dodgy going on. Lock it down.
What?
Stay calm.
Fuck! Spread out and find them! Drone, begin a search.
Nothing out of the ordinary here. Stay alert.
Get the fuck out of here!
All units. I repeat,
won't hesitate
all
to shoot
units.
you.
We have reports of a hostile in your area.
Over.
Received, we are in pursuit.
Just stay calm.
Don't need your shite.
There's our suspect. Over.
Control, we have a visual on the suspect.
suspect's vehicle. Target has crossed a checkpoint.
I had them. Where did they go?
Returning to HQ. Search terminated.
Fucking maniac!
Shot. Second, cross button by, back. Shot. Third.
Seriously, no, hold on. Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Control, I have a possible vehicle hack. Lock down immediately.
Run a search. Make it quick.
Everybody look out! Gun! Oh no! Look out! Control to all units, possible hostiles near your location.
Monitoring for unusual activity.
You want to get yourself killed? You'll be able to do this.
Use a pursuit intervention technique.
I need some help!
Confirmed suspect has a gun. Over.
Those polls as much as I would trust Mary Kelly if she came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy, you took on a free holiday to the south of France in the back of this windowless van."
I think official polls are like the unsolicited dick pics that the government provides us. I didn't ask for it, I don't believe it, it's on an angle, you can't actually play with it ahead of time, and anyone that falls for one deserves all the disappointment of trying to match it to reality. These polls are absolute rubbish, Andy. I read one the other day that said the plumbing in London was good, and it absolutely is not. I mean, what is technology now where they can spy on my every bowel movement? There's a CTOS camera installed inside my underwear drawer. A media drone is scaring the birds off my garden bird feeder, and you can't get me consistently hot water.
Suspect has cleared the checkpoint. I mean, they're everywhere, clearly. The great thing, I guess, about media drones is that, as inanimate robots, they actually have more humanity, compassion and dignity than the human journalists who we used to interact with, and a much more accurately calibrated moral compass. But it's the intrusion I can't stand, Alice. I'm in pursuit.
I repeat, we are in pursuit.
Window.
Going in for a tactical ramp.
Negative. No vision of the suspect.
Over and out.
Stupid drone!
What?
The demands of being a DedSec operative are all-consuming, so taking app gigs is a good way to make some extra quid that works around your new schedule. Lots of people will pay well to have their sensitive packages handled with care, and some will even pay you for deliveries. Ha ha!
Sicilian Avenue, 1488 M, 88, cross button start, triangle button tutorial, back circle button.
Oh god, what is that? Is that a fucking gun? Oh god. Oh god.
Good for nothing, you back.
Lovely to see you again.
I don't think I understand what's going on.
You flying piece of crap!
Suspect reported in your area. Potentially armed and hostile.
Received. Moving to intercept.
All units, we are after the suspect.
Suspect has a weapon. I repeat, suspect has a firearm.
I'll take over watch. Can't do this myself.
This dungeon, I've been shown this. Terrible for me. Going on being filmed.
They're through the checkpoint.
Where did they go? Shit!
Control, we're returning to HQ. Over.
All the time, every day I have to make sure I've done my hair and makeup and not wearing clothes I've ever worn before. We all have crosses to bear.
At this point, they've installed so many CTOS cameras, I'm not sure where they'll put the new ones. On top of the old ones, just cameras watching other cameras like a social media influencer so self-absorbed they don't know how to sleep without turning it into monetized content.
I think that's the logical end of all society, isn't it? Where just everything has just become a camera filming another camera. To be honest, I've just given up on all news and reality now, Alice. I just, in fact, I now just make up my own headlines these days. I get a piece of paper and a pen. Remember them? Paper and pens, those were the days. And I'll just write down the headlines I want to read. Now, I'll just make my own newspaper. Look, here I've got today. If you point at the bird shit on your car window and say it's a currency, no one can tell you otherwise. Screams Chancellor at Bilderberg, karaoke night. Let's write another headline. Here we go. PM announces Britain. Properties for some magic beans. Might as well, we've got to do something as the day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Better world. Government claims only nice people will benefit from agreement to sell trampolines, mermaids and warships to landlocked South American nation. We're building a better Britain.
It's not like what's right. People good for a laugh, do you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's unbelievable. Ultimate stress reliever, right at the shop, at the nuts. It's good for any situation.
What? Think you're tough, do you?
Got your back, fam.
When I'm super fucking down on myself and nothing will work, not a good shag, not a good pint, nothing, sometimes I think about what life would have been like here.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Received. Stand by for further developments.
All units respond. We have a shooter. I need available officers to go on standby. Over.
Is this really how you want to go out?
Received. We are trailing the target.
Not good. Better go. What was that? I'm taking fire. I'm right in the open.
advised, we are on the trail.
Can anyone see the suspect?
Search has yielded no results. Report back to HQ.
Need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Blue. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The System Network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks, not to mention the accidents I've heard.
Map, current low. Collect. Light a spark, acquire. Light a spark, disrupt Albion propaganda, try. Don't.
So many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think there were some human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
GBB drones. In the air and on location.
You can see the tail marks here.
Because when you want the news,
the drones were able to follow the gunman.
Our drones have the news.
Viewers may find some of these images disturbing.
GBB drones. In the air and on the air, 24 hours a day. GBB. Know the news.
The Bug, nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once-free Britain.
Yum, yum.
Hello, Bugs. This is The Bug. I'm Andy. This is Alice, and today we're going to be pretending that everything is fine. Yeah, and back. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? That was as long as I could manage. A second and a half. A reality time now, however. And, well, finally, today, we're going to road test the latest update to the CSA app, the government app that has brought the great British tradition of snitching on people you don't like back to the very heart of public life.
Yeah!
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location.
Moving to the hostile's location. Over.
Please take whatever you want.
I've identified a civvy with a firearm.
So much better than non-government informer apps. I'll just take a quick little photo so I can get a drone to pick you out of the crowd and riot or stick to the shop.
Bystander hit! I say again, bystander has been hit! Control, we are still on the suspect. Over.
Let's call the phone line. Here's the number. Listeners, if you want to drop someone in, as long as it's not me, 004420.
Get away from me!
Negative, no sign of the target yet.
Return to HQ. This is pointless.
Is that? No.
All units. Possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Approaching with caution. Over.
We are in pursuit. I say again, in pursuit.
Find cover!
Today's Britain, your kids are going to dob you in, so you might as well get in there first and preemptively counter-dob them in to the authorities.
Suspect is unsighted. Unsighted, sweeping
Hey,
area.
I've got someone else. It's my son. Let's call him Norris. He never tidies his bedroom. He gets up late. He listens to illegal non-government sanctioned music, and he's covered every job in the
No visual of target. Ending pursuit. Over.
Someone. People just no grass can't wait.
Since when is this acceptable? Maybe someone should give it a kick.
I don't even. Selfish gits and the reason everything's gone to shit.
Albion have established an operational base in the Royal Court of Justice.
First they take over the justice system, then they move in. So much for rule of law.
Exactly. But it likely means there's information here about how Albion are targeting dissenters, the who and the why. We need that data if we're going to disrupt their operation.
this.
Don't do anything you'll regret.
No one here.
They could be...
You hear that noise?
Bagley, what do we have?
A list of what Albion consider high-value targets that are threats to the peaceful running of London. See here, a journalist, and this one runs a community shelter. Good God, bar your doors.
What the hell?
All suspected of sowing rebellion or exhibiting tendencies towards... Albion is systematically arresting people even before they rise up. Joke's on them. This list can actually help us find like-minded allies willing to help us. Well done. Now, let's disrupt some of Albion's propaganda and give some hope to the people.
Smart device, or whether you're talking about a broadcaster, the most important thing was to keep you in that environment for the longest amount of time possible. And because that meant money in their pocket. And in order to do that, a couple of things happened. One was the use of manipulative techniques around behavioral economics, things that would just keep you scrolling and keep you listening and keep you looking for more information. The second is that that kind of environment favors sensationalism. And so you got more sensational headlines and more sensational stories, and it didn't matter whether they were true or not. It just kept people in and it kept them in the loop. So we ended up in a situation where nobody trusted anything and nobody believed anything at all. And that is the perfect environment for an authoritarian voice to come in and say, no, wait, we are the truth. So the ground for this environment really got created when we had suddenly authoritarian politicians everywhere, and anything that threatened them or they disagreed with, they would call it disinformation. That's disinformation, that's fake news. And again, we got in a situation where nobody really believed anything. And the trouble is if you were telling the truth, it's very hard to get your message to cut through all of the noise of all of the disinformation that's there. So like, you know, you remember Out on the Edges, there was this story about when they would take a house by force, they would take any infants and they would crucify them. And that's a great, fantastic, viral story. And how do you counter that story? With the truth. The only way you can counter it is by saying, no, they didn't. And of course, no one wants to spread that story. No one wants to hear that story. They want to hear the sensationalism. They want to hear...
Shock out. Fifth Cross.
Search the area. Someone's hacked this. Drone, engage search and alert protocol.
Looks clear. Gonna check our next area.
No, not today, you glitchy bastard. Look at that
Find the person responsible for this. Drone, begin searching sequence.
What's going on with that? Shut it down.
Someone's hacked this thing. Find him. Drone, search.
Bang! This is on you! Hey, look there! Watchdogs! I'm coming for you! Position! Good shot!
Doesn't have to be like this.
It's a shitstorm out here!
Listen, you could still surrender, right?
Someone's shooting! You're doing this to yourself. Come on,
I'm moving!
time the fuck up. That's it. Get risque. They're reading. Finding cover. They're close by. Get. Taking fair shots here. Oh!
Big man.
Listen. Just calm down.
All units, I say again, all units, we have reports of a hostile in your area, over. Understood, Control. Awaiting further instruction, over. Dispatch, deploying drones to apprehend the suspect. Responding to illegal possession of firearm, over. Anyone have visual? Anyone?
Has escaped. Searching.
Car to control. The suspect is not complying.
Control, we have a visual on the suspect.
Stop them! Stop letting off! Hit the suspect! That's it. You're going down.
Control, officer needs an ambulance.
Control, we are pursuing the suspect.
Keep your head down.
Building a resistance group requires operatives with specialized skills. Technical abilities, firearms handling, and physical training are all valuable. Bare-knuckle boxing rings are a good place to find people who are good at throwing punches, or taking them. By defeating each opponent in an arena, you'll have an opportunity to face its best fighter. Prove your physical superiority, and they may consider joining DedSec. I'm guessing that's some sort of primate society thing.
Control, I've lost the target.
I'm putting an end to this. Over.
We are inbound. Stand by.
Does she sell by the seashore?
Listed the seashore is now uninhabited, so we
Requesting ambulance at our location, over.
engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Drones deployed to arrest the suspect. By Clan Kelly every time I go to the shop or take the bus or sit on a bench or look at a tree or point at a building.
Target has cleared the checkpoint. Over.
Do not worry about Clan Kelly.
Why not, Bugley? They terrify me to my very core.
Because, Andy, we are all just dust in the wind of history.
That's nice perspective, Bugley.
Hey Bugley, how do you put a secret hideout in your basement without alerting your narc children and their tracking devices?
Please hold still, Alice, while I report you to the authorities.
Bugley, will things ever get better?
Yes, Andy. The heat of the Venus is only 5 billion years away.
Control, we are pursuing the target.
Officer down! Officer down!
Where are they coming from?
Come on, out with you!
Be advised, we are on the trail.
Give yourself up!
Gotta make it out of this!
Received. We are trailing the target.
Resume. Circle button back.